You mentioned that this agenda is too broad, and some of the criticisms is on that. So how can we overcome these criticisms? And so basically, what's next now that the agenda has been agreed?
The new thing this time round, as opposed to the MDGs, is that implementation will be for not just governments, but for a vast number of other players: civil society, parliaments, local parliaments, academic community. There is an enormous task ahead in terms of ensuring that the right decisions are taken and holding those responsible to account. I should have said the private sector will have a role as well in terms of encouraging implementation. So each country will need to think through how it is going to make progress on the goals, and we deliberately are not prescriptive about that in the document. Sum up, implementation is the next and exciting phase, because there's no point having goals simply as a nice picture on the wall. They'll only mean something when they begin to deliver real progress. So in a way, I can't wait to get to the next phase, because we have got the goals through. It's a great achievement, but we're not going to sit around admiring them. We have to actually become practical about them and set up work plans to achieve them.
One of the key differences between the MDGs and the SDGs is the universal application. So what does this mean operationally for the EU?
There is a tendency to think of this as simply another development initiative which is linked to the foreign ministry and which doesn't impact on the rest of government. There'll have to be a completely new mentality and approach in every country. And I'm interested to hear that even relatively large administrations in Europe haven't yet actually grasped this, and nor have they brought in the new structures to coordinate across the government system, which I think will be needed. So it's not just, if you like, relatively small administrations which haven't yet woken up to it. Even large countries, and I don't want to name them, have yet to understand what it means.
What synergies do you see between the 2030 Agenda and other key processes such as the 1325 Women, Peace and Security and COP climate change in Paris?
So, since the entire world is now investing heavily in this new set of goals and targets with accompanying declaration, I think it can only strengthen the case to be made for the objectives of 1325. It can only help to raise awareness about 1325. This agreement points the way towards Paris explicitly, and it expresses a very strong hope that there will be an ambitious outcome from Paris. So in that sense, there is a direct synergy.
Why do you think it was important to include peace in the 2030 Agenda?
Everybody recognizes that you cannot achieve sustainable development in conditions where there is violence, conflict, fear of violence, denial of human rights, an absence of good governance, and so on. If those conditions aren't present, you simply won't be able to get lasting development.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We're very grateful for your time.
A pleasure.